I have several family portraits hanging in my home representing different stages of my life and the life of my family. Most of us have at least one professional photograph like this one hanging on the wall. They're very expensive, and because of the cost in money and time, those portraits represent great expectations. I remember every time we would have a family portrait made, I always went into it wanting everything to be literally picture perfect. You know the routine, coordinated outfits, hair in place, and a big Hollywood smile. We all had the same goal, and when anyone sees that picture, we want them to see a picture-perfect family. A family that never fusses, never fights, smiles all the time, and gives each other a lot of love. As we all know, that picture on the wall does not always represent reality. Not everyone is always happy. Now you can see in this portrait that Philip, my son, doesn't exactly look enamored with having his picture taken. Well, I remember one family portrait where Philip wouldn't stop fussing. He wouldn't sit still for the camera, and he wouldn't smile. He was miserable, and no one knew why, until the next day when we took him to the doctor and discovered he had strep throat. Well, we all have great expectations for our family, don't we? When you get married, you have that picture-perfect family in your mind. The husband, the wife, the 2 children, the dog, and it's just all one big happy family all the time. We also know the hard truth is that our real family is not the one hanging on the wall. The real family is the one that actually lives in your home day in and day out and doesn't always live up to the expectations of that family portrait. It's like a little boy who attended a worship service where they had a baptism. It was a very moving service, but on the way home from church, the little boy started crying in the back seat of the car. His dad said, "Son, what's wrong?" And the little boy said, "Daddy, the preacher said we ought to be reared in a good Christian home like the baby who was baptized. But I'd rather stay with you guys." We all want that picture-perfect family. We all want a picture-perfect marriage. We all want picture-perfect kids. That's our expectation. Conflict arises when the marriage or the kids or the parents don't meet our expectations. So, what do we do when the ideal portrait of our family doesn't meet reality? Well, over the next 5 weeks, we're going to answer that question in our next sermon series, Future Family. So, if you belong to a family, you will not want to miss it.